I circled the picture of India in white, so you can all tell where it's at, all right? That's where we're coming from. You might be wondering why Sister Subramani and myself, why we are not as beautiful brown skin as all of our fellow countrymen from India. Well, you may not know, but we met at an albino Christian Bible camp years ago. So the Lord blessed us to become sweethearts, and we still remain sweethearts to this day. So the Lord bless the big God for that. You may know Brother Shandu. He's a friend here in America, and we assisted missionary to Brother and Sister Shandu. Well, you're not supposed to know about his wife yet. But we'll not tell that secret. I took all those slides out, all right? But we were there in India blessing all the poor orphans and all the poor widows and all those poor sick diseased people who need the Lord, doing a mighty work for the Lord over there. But Brother Shandu kept calling and saying, "Brother, you really don't know what you're missing. America, they have lots of money and they're wonderful people, and really that burden of the Lord started to grow in our hearts." And the more we prayed about it, the more that burden grew, and so here we are. And I just wish the rest of my wives could be with us. It's very difficult to keep your composure sometimes. It's very difficult to travel with so many wives, right? 3 wonderful wives the Lord blessed me with. But I can only travel with Sister She's So Pretty 3 because she brings more money for the missionary deputation. You understand? So, that King Solomon, I don't know how he did it. 300 wives and 700 porcupines. I mean, that's a painful experience to me, but the Lord knows what He's doing. Bless the big God. Well, I hope you don't mind if I share a few pictures of my missionary field labors with you as we just go through. I give you some history back on Sister She's So Pretty 3 and myself. We come from, she come actually from a very poor family. And here she is at age 3 years old. Sister She's So Pretty was 3 here. You can tell she now resembles much her mother at that time. But poor farmers there in India before we had a final Christian Bible camp. My family was much more richer. A slight semblance to my father, which I appreciate. Very nice. And then Sister She's So Pretty 3, she was able to go to a Bible college. And it was a very wonderful college. And here she is there, getting blessed by the mother of Mary Big Hand. So it was very, very moving time there in that picture. Now, if you heard from Brother Shandu, you probably know about all these different gods that India has. And it's a very terrible thing. They do not serve the one and true God. Everything is a god. I mean, you have a little pet frog, he may be a god. You do not know. Very confusing. Because whenever you go to heaven, if you don't make it and you've been back, they will say, send you back again, and you turn into some animal and you try to do good. So you have a nice doggy, maybe he's trying to do good and get up to a better person, and eventually maybe he'll get to the heaven. But we all know that is not true. That's what they believe. So you cannot eat meat. That's the most terrible part about all these gods. You cannot eat meat over there, because that buffalo or that pig or that cow may be your animal red who passed away. It's terrible. So Brother Shandu, he called back and said, "Hey, you must come to America. They have meat with every meal." And boy, that burden grew even more for him. So we started coming over here. He also told me that you guys have 3 wifeys here. And I was very shocked to hear that. I had to pay 2 camels and 4 chickens for Sister She's So Pretty 3. And he said, "No, here they have 3 wifeys all the time." Worried it may not be true until I arrive, and I see it really is true. I mean, even your coffee shop have 3 wifeys, so we're trying to save up money to bring a bunch of them back to help with all the household stuff at home, We'll see. But on the way back from the airport, whenever we finally do arrive here and to the Americas, and we bring us to the church, we pass a gas station and it had a sign that said, "Eat here and get gas." And so I know it's there. I think somebody over there may have. What? Passing the gas is not good. And Confucius said, "Man who passed gas in church, he had to send his own pew." She's So Pretty 3. She just came back from missionary work in China. And you hear some of those wonderful jokes like that. And she also picked up a very strong Chinese accent. I hope you can understand her when she talks after a little while. Sister, she's so pretty, 3 and her other wives, whenever they go shopping, they always mess up the car. You know, women drivers. It is. I cannot tell you how many times I have to go and rescue my poor little donkey. Oh, poor donkey. I know. I don't know what these women do to you. We're all going out to a lovely dinner, and this is our favorite restaurant there in India, is Bodhi's restaurant. You eat at Bodhi's restaurant, and it is a very moving experience. You will remember it. So I hope you like the slideshow. You know, Brother Loring, how many of you know he's a powerful man of God? Yeah, powerful man of God. And when he come to pick us up at the airport, I knew exactly, Brother Sean, too, what he had said was the truth. That, the Lord has blessed him. Pull up in a beautiful vehicle. I mean, it was just beautiful. We drive smoothly down the road, and there's no braking and no holes in the walls of the vehicle. It was a wonderful thing. Until we pull up in front of a beautiful mansion. And I thought, if he's going too fast into the driveway, he's going to run right into the building. He never even stopped. He just raised his hand to the big dog. Whoop, just like that. Boom, and that long hand, he would hit the ceiling, it sounded like. Not even pray, just raise his hand. Poof, and the whole wall, he just moved up. We just slide right inside of the building. What? I promise, brothers and sisters. Then we get inside. He not even prayed to the Lord. He just raised his hand again. Whoop, and boom, the wall closed right over. Oh, praise the big God. It was good. And we started to get out of the vehicle. I can already hear spiritual warfare going on. I hear Sister Lauren in battle with an evil spirit. I'm not know for sure what it was, but I can hear it. And so we opened the door very carefully, not sure, and there it was. Sister Lauren had the evil spirit by the tail. She had his feet in one hand, and his head was on the floor, and she pulling him across the carpet. His eyes were glowing like lights. Just at that time, he gobbled up one of her sons. Oh, lucky for Sister Lauren, I have the belt of the martial artist. And so I leap on him, and I rip off his head. Just like that, crack. Oh, I keep on roaring. And Sister Lauren look at me very frustrated. And I'm not sure what. And she just reached down with the finger of the Lord, and she just poked him in the belly button. Boom! And he died. I've never seen a power of the Lord move right that fast. So I don't know what to do with his head, so I'm just standing there. And she looked up and she said, I could tell that she's frustrated. She wanted to use that evil spirit all by herself. And so I just give her all the credit. It's all of her. The Lord, bless the Lord, the big God, for helping her with that. Later, I believe I had to eat part of that evil beast. Because I saw her, she did not know I see her, but she over in the kitchen, she pulled his body apart, and she reached down inside of that evil beast and pulled out. My stomach started turning. I have to leave at that point. I just leave to my bedroom and Sister, she's so pretty. I said, let's go. I don't want all that. So, later for dinner, I think that's what was on my plate. Because it was all kind of noodly. I'm not eating much of it. I say, Brother Lord, he loved it. He'd eat all of my plate too. What was that stuff he was eating?
Banquet spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, banquet spaghetti and meatballs. Somebody gets everything and he was leaving. So, I don't know. Let's see. Sister, she's so pretty 3. You have anything you want to say to these kind people?
I would just like to greet you from the country of India. Brother and Sister Lauren are wonderful, wonderful people.
Yes, yes.
Sister Lauren and I were talking, and she said, Sister Subramanian, is your husband a good speaker? And I said, yes, he's a wonderful speaker, very moving speaker. When he is done, there is seldom a dry seat in the house.
Oh, that's the big God. That's the big God, man. You know, I heard that Sister Lauren also was almost very famous and rich. I hear she was close to being married to one of the big wicked Walmart. I believe it was that old man that Sam Walden got. She was trying to get big money. But lucky for her, the Lord, my Brother Lauren, right in her path. And he threw a Major League Baseball pass at her, and she caught it. So we bless the big God for that. Bless the big God.
That's the big God.
You know, she went on, and I believe she's writing a book called something like Tanning Your Tongue. Now, I really don't know. Your tongue is in a dark place. It's very difficult to get sun on it. So if you need to tan your tongue, somebody would have to teach you it. Somebody would have to explain it to you. And who better for the Lord to send than Sister Lauren with friends in India that are so hot in your tongue, your tongue. Now, it doesn't make sense to me, but sometimes the Lord moves in mysterious ways. Well, I better start preaching or else I'm going to run out of the time. So, if you don't mind, I will speak to you on the Queen Esther. You guys know Queen Esther from the Bible? Yeah. Well, I don't have one of those fancy already translated Bibles, so I translate myself. I have such a fantastical gas for the English translator. So tonight I speak about Queen Esther and her boyfriend who raised pigs, and so they called him Haman. And he got upset because the Jews would not eat his pigs, so he decided to hang all of the Jews. But Queen Esther prayed to the Lord, and the Lord sent an evil spirit to the pigs. And they ran off of the cliff and into the valley of dry bones. And they picked up of them remaining 12 basketfuls of the pigs. And then the Lord spoke to Queen Esther, and she said, "Here am I." And you know, that's the next part of my story. First off, Queen Esther told Lot and Abraham, "I'm going to sell you some land for 30 pieces of silver." And later, Lot's family began to sin very bad. And Queen Esther said to them, "The Lord is sick of all of your sinning. He wants you to be the salt of the earth." Only Lot's family listened to her. And so she looked back, and the angels made a statue of her. Well, then the Lord spoke to Queen Esther, and she said, "Here am I." And he said, "Well, what are you doing over there? Go over to Macedonia and help them." So she got scared, and she ran over to Joppa instead. And on the way, a big storm threw up. And she said, "Throw me overboard 70 times 70. But just then the ship wrecked. And she said, "No, sirs, I changed my mind. I perceive there's much harm and danger in this voyage." And then came Jesus walking on the water. And Queen Esther said, "Such as you see the Son of Man appearing, so shall you see him disappearing on the waves of glory." Bless the big God.
Bless the big God.
Well, I'm going to close my preaching now. It's so moving for you, I can tell. So I do want to thank Brother and Sister Loring for having us here tonight. You know, Brother Loring is a mighty man of God, just finishing up a 100-day fast. And where he prays all the time without even having to speak. And just like the prophet Daniel, he's been placed into a den of liars. And he's constantly delivered from all kinds of atrocious sins that the Lord saved him. For the Lord is gracious, and he's long-suffering, and he's humble, of whom the world is not worthy. He comes from... For the Lord, I can't read what you want me to say right here.
Attractive.
Oh, yes, he was a attractive man of God. But, you know, really, I think we've probably done all the good that we can do here. So we're just going to close out with a little song for you all. We're going to sing a verse in the Indian dialect and maybe a little Chinese dialect thrown in, just to help it along. And then we'll sing a little English part of it. And if you want to join in with us, you go right ahead. And then we will see you guys all later, all right? Lord bless you. Go.
Walk around town.